Watch this clip and then we'll talk about it.
Plain and simple, low effort is, can I come over to your apartment? Can you come over to my apartment and let's Netflix and chill? We all know where that's going to go. I think spending $30 on coffee and a bagel for me and you to chat and meet each other for a first date, is totally acceptable.
First of all, he can want what he wants. That's totally fine. If he wants coffee and bagels or ice cream or walking, that's his right. Good for you, sir. However, one of the first videos I saw from this creator that came across my news feed was he met up with this woman on a dating app or something. I forgot how they met. And he asked her out for coffee. And she basically said, yeah, no, I don't do coffee. I only do dinner. So the clip that I showed you was the second video I believe he made about this situation. But the first video was him just not being able to wrap his mind around the fact that more women nowadays are just like, I'm not doing coffee. I'm not doing walking. I'm not doing yogurt, ice cream. More women are finally stepping into the fact that they're allowed to have standards, and they're like, yeah, I'm not budging. So in the clip that I showed you was him saying, I don't understand why y'all are telling me that a coffee date is low effort. To me, low effort is Netflix and chill. I think that bagels and coffee isn't low effort. I'm sorry, that's low effort. And in his last video, he was trying to convince women that, first date should be coffee, and if I get to know you, then the second date will be a nice restaurant, and I spoil my women, blah, blah, blah. But a good indicator of your behavior is past behavior. So if I don't know who you are as a person, how am I supposed to know that you like to spoil the women that you talk to if the first impression that I'm getting of you is coffee? How am I supposed to expect that you are a high effort man when my first impression of you is little to no effort? I am not a desperate woman, so I am totally fine with if you can't do dinner and you say, okay, well then you're not the one for me. Cool. And there are a lot of women who would be fine with coffee. They'd be fine with coffee, yogurt, bagels, whatever. Go get with those women. But they don't want those women. And imagine men going hunting. And they're all getting ready to go hunting and do the damn thing. And they open the door and there's a deer just laying dead on their doorstep. Nobody's going to want that. Nobody's going to see that it's a prized possession. They're going to want to go out and do the work and get the deer themselves and have this amazing story about how they got the deer. But don't get too excited, because in both scenarios, the deer winds up dead. So, what I'm trying to say is men are going to be men at the end of the day. But if I'm going to allow you to have some of my time and attention, at the very least, you're going to put in some effort to get that time and attention. So back to me saying both of the deer wind up dead in the long run. Not only do men not want pick-me's, they'll get with them and just use them, for their resources. Men want women who they can bring down to their level. It's a game for them. That is the deer that they want to put on their mantle. The woman who had high standards, who was extremely confident and intelligent. They want to be able to bring her down to be the woman who will be fine with a walking date, because his problem is a simple fix. Get with women who want coffee dates. Why are we even having this discussion? Why are you making multiple videos when there are plenty of women who would be fine with what you're willing to offer? But again, they don't want that. Me personally, this is my opinion. I think that one of the best ways to vet a man as best you can, men be lying and switching things up, but I think one of the best ways to at least get rid of a lot of the bums is to have high standards. I'm sorry, If you're asking me for coffee, I do not think that you're a high effort man. I think that you're a man who's trying to save money so that he can go on as many dates as possible. I've said this before and I'll say it again, and I'm sticking by this, and nobody can convince me of anything different. I think coffee dates are perfect for college students in their early 20s who are just starting out and they don't have a lot of money. I think that coffee dates are perfect for women over the age of 50 who don't really just want to be out here wasting time. Do you like me or not? What are we doing here? So I think that is perfect for them. For everybody else in between there, I think you need to have some standards, and I think those standards need to be high. I don't drink, so I'm not doing drinking dates. Coffee to me is I'm out running errands, and in between me going to the grocery store and my doctor's appointment, I'm gonna grab some coffee real quick. I don't even grab coffee with my friends. Even with my friends, we still go out to eat dinner or brunch or lunch. You get the point. But women being out in the world is dangerous, especially me being a black woman. So I'm not going to risk my life for a damn $5 cup of coffee and a bagel that I can grab when I go to the grocery store. I don't think you're serious if you're just trying to save a couple dollars so you can go on as many dates as possible. Are you interested in me, or are you just throwing your line out there to see who will catch it? So if coffee is what you want, that's fine. But most women, they're like, I'm not doing that with you. No.